Pokemon Weird Type Fun, or Pokemon WTF, is a ROM hack in the same vein as Pokemon Too Many Types, but instead of adding on to the original types, this mod replaces all the existing types with new ones. Instead of rock and grass, we have gem and nature. So with that premise in mind, let's begin with Day 1 of the Pokemon Weird Type Fun playthrough. Day 1 begins like your classic Fire Red adventure up until we get our stars. Our options are the Dexterity type Piplup, the Night type Chikorita, and the Magic type Scorbunny. I decided to go with Chikorita, who I named Lance, and after battling Harold, my rival, I get to Parcel, gather some Pokeballs, and actually begin my journey. My goal of this playthrough was to try and catch at least one Pokemon each route to see as many of the new types as possible. So I get my first capture on Route 1 being the food type Yamper named Panera. Now Panera has a True Out ability because, you know, it's a loaf of bread, it's loafing around, so it's not exactly on the team for long, but I figured you guys should be able to say hi. I then go to Route 22 and catch Pecora the Centret, who is the Dexterity and Toy type. Our next capture is in Viridian Forest, where I get Arrows, the Love type Pikachu. Another thing I wanted to point out with how the bug catchers got turned into Toy Boys, I hope we see more changes for type-specific trainers. I then enter Pewter City and challenge the gym leader Rourke. Yep, even the gym leaders have been swapped around here. Rourke is a master of the Gem type. Luckily, Gem is weak to Night, so Lance is able to take care of his Paras and Elgloss with ease, getting us the Asher badge. After Rourke's defeat, Lance evolves into Bayleaf. I then catch 9, the Chaos type Eevee, and a Dex type Flabébé named Karambit. I reach Cerulean City and level up my team, evolving Karambit before challenging Harold once again. Harold opens with the Dream type Herdier, who takes out Pecora with a Play Rough, so I switch to 9 and take him out with a Tackle. His next Pokemon is the Food type Bonsweet. 9 is able to take her out with a super effective Beast type Tackle. His next Pokemon is Piplup. I switch to Arrows and get some good damage in, but he falls to a Quick Attack. I then send out Karambit and defeat Piplup with a Foul Sting. His final Pokemon is the Light and Gem type Litwick. He also falls to Karambit, getting us the win. After my victory, I catch Tiny, the Nature type Cutiefly, and then go challenge the second gym leader, Corinna, who uses the Sound type. She opens with Spoink and I open with Arrows. Arrows is able to defeat Spoink with a super effective Food type Chomp. Her final Pokemon is Aromatisse. I switch to Gambit but then quickly switch to Lance, who falls to a Tango Nuevo. The same thing happens to Tiny, so I send out 9 to buy me enough time to revive Arrows, and as 9 falls, I send Arrows back out. He gets one good Chomp in, but falls to a Quick Attack as well. I then send Karambit back out, and the poison from Foul Sting is able to defeat Aromatisse, getting us the Tutu badge. Day 2 begins with me saving Bill from his Pokemon form and getting a ticket to the SSN. I also catch a Time and Dream Kricketot, who I thought was holding a tiny saxophone, so I named him Billy Jazz. I then head to Vermilion City, catching a Sound-type Pokeball named Ringading and entering the SSN to battle Harold once again. Harold opens with a Herdier and I open with Tiny. Tiny is able to defeat Herdier with a Gus. Up next is Litwick. I send out Lance and take it out with a Fury Cutter. Harold then sends out Primplup. I switch to Karambit, who gets some decent damage in before I swap him out for Arrows. Arrows falls to a Quick Attack, so I send out Pekora, who lives on 1 HP and defeats Primplup with the Double Kick. His final Pokemon is the Dream type Skuntank. He defeats Lance with Bedbugs and Fury Swipe, so Karambit comes back out after being put to sleep, takes out Skuntank with a Dagger Throw. After the rival fight, I enter Machop Cave and catch Yogi the Beast-type Machop. I then evolve Billy Jazz and Pecora before challenging Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant Surge has become the Lieutenant of Love and opens with a Finneon. I'm able to take out Finneon with Yogi's Chomp, and Lieutenant Surge sends out Raichu next. I switch to Lance and then make the mistake of letting Raichu set up its double team, making it impossible to hit. He takes out my entire team until Yogi is the only one left. Luckily, he was confused and hits himself twice. Along with Yogi's Chomp, he finally falls. His final Pokemon is Pikachu, and after a little healing and waking up Yogi, he's able to get us the win and the Dovey badge. I start to head to Celadon, and outside Mount Moon, I catch the Dream Tech Golett named Sleepy, who also for some ungodly reason has Truons. And then while I'm inside Mount Moon, I catch the Light-type Sobble named Slime. And the final capture before Celadon is the Magic Beast-type Blitzel I named Flutter. After all those captures, I reach Celadon, enter the department store, evolving 9 into the Magic-type Umbreon and Karambit into Florges. I also evolve some other team members like Slime and Flutter before going to challenge the leader of the Magical Coven, Opal. Opal opens with a Night and Magic-type Mismagius. I open with Lance and take out Mismagius with a Flunge. Our next Pokemon is the Magic-type Lucario. I send out Slime and get a Fake Out in, but Lucario is Inner Focus and takes out Slime with a Magic Missile. Flutter is able to take out Lucario with a Wing Attack. Our final Pokemon is Umbreon, who takes out Flutter, so I send out Sleepy, who can't really do much, so I switch them out for Karambit, who takes him out with a Cut, getting us the Jinx badge. Day 3 begins with Lance evolving into Meganium and gaining the Beast type. I then enter the Game Center to challenge Team Rocket. I make my through and reach the leader of Team Rocket, Lusamine, who, quote, adopts Pokemon from their trainers. She surprisingly only has 2 Pokemon, a Paras who falls to Lance, and a Golett who goes down to Slime's Rainbow Beam. After defeating Lusamine and getting the Silphco device, I head back to the Pokemon Tower to defeat Harold once again. Harold opens with Herdier and I open with 9. Herdier falls to a crit Storm Sphere from 9. Next is Prinplup, who also goes down to a Storm Sphere. He then sends out Litwick. I send out Flutter, but realize she can't really do anything against Litwick, so I switch to Karambit and defeat it with Cut. Next is the Dexterity and Sound type Spritzy. He kept confusing my Pokemon, so after a lot of switching, Slime was able to take it out with a Rainbow Beam. His final Pokemon was a Tech Cosmic Gloom. I switch back to Karambit and a Dagger Throw takes it out, getting us the win. While inside the Pokemon Tower, I catch Bonetail, the Magic Glove Salandite, and the Nature type Larvesta named Karen. I save Mr. Fuji, getting the Pokemon Flute, which leads to my next encounter, the Dream-type Turtonator, who I can't think of a name of, so I just name him Insom after his ability. I continue towards Fuchsia City and capture a Chaos-type Mayena and name her Sweet Tea. After evolving both Bonetail and Slime, I enter the Fuchsia Gym and challenge Elisa. Elisa tries to blind me with her Light-type Pokemon, opening with the Toy Light-type Noctowl. I boost Bonetail with Shimmer and take her out with the Bio. Up next is Cinccino. I switch to Lance and defeat it with a Flunge. Mantine comes out next, being the Light and Nature type, and it also follows to Lance's Flunge. Her final Pokemon is Light Gem type Chandelure. I switch to 9, but he gets taken out by Chandelure's Brilliance, so I send out Slime, and with Abyssal Glow, I get the Glow Badge. I make my way to Saffron City, and I catch Tigan, a toy type version of a scrapped Pokemon design, and name him Riggs. I make my way to go free the Silph Co headquarters from Team Rocket. As I get my way through, I reach Harold. He opens with a Night type Jellicent, I open with Bonetail, who, with a super effective Relic Rush, I'm able to take out. His next Pokemon is the Chaos type Eevee, who also falls to a Relic Rush. Harold then sends out the Cosmic type Flareon. I switch to Slime and crit an Abyssal Glow, taking him out. He then sends out the Litwick, who refuses to evolve, and he gets taken out by Lance. He then sends out Empoleon, who's gained the Tech type. I switch to Bonetail and defeat him with a Rune Trinity, getting us the win against Harold. Right after defeating Harold, I get a Drampa I name Old Head and go battle Lusamine. She opens with Parasect 1, who goes down to Bonetail's Relic Rush. Next is Parasect 2, I send out Karambit, and with Cut, I'm able to defeat him. Her final Pokemon is a Nature-type Kangaskhan. Slime takes it out with a Rainbow Beam, getting us the win and unlocking the Saffron Gym. I head straight for the gym and reach the gym leader, the Time Lord Roxanne. She opens with the Food and Time type Sudowoodo. Slime is able to take him out with a Rupee Rain, so she sends out the Tech and Time type Delcatty, who also falls to Rupee Rain. Up next is Leafeon. I switch to Flutter, and a super effective Wing Attack is able to two-shot Leafeon. Her final Pokemon is the Time Light Dracozolt. I confuse him with Creepy Ray, switch to Lance, and defeat him, getting the Hour Badge. Day 4 begins with me grabbing the HMs for Surf, and in place of Strength, the HM for Terraform. While grabbing the Gold Teeth for Terraform, I decide to catch the Beast-type Spinda and name him Soft Paws. After getting those HMs, I head towards Cinnabar Island. While inside the Pokemon Mansion, I run into... well, I'll be real, I have no idea what this is. It was only capable of using the missing move, which acted like Splash. I tried catching it, but it kept failing, and looking back, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I'm really scared this would just crash my game. After that encounter, I get the key to the gym, and I catch the Void Beast-type Ferran right outside before entering. After beginning the gym challenge, I realized they changed the questions for the gym to actually fit with inside, like, the ROM hack. While most of them were still pretty easy, a couple of them I definitely just had to guess on. Like, it's already a big ask for me to remember what move is which TM, but to do that for new fake moves is too much for my pea brain. I then reach the leader of the Cinnabar gym, Larry, who shows off the nothingness inside of him by using the Void type. Larry opens with the Ferran, I open with Bonetail. Bonetail takes out Ferran with a Rune Trinity. The Void Cosmic Soul Rock comes out next. Bonetail is able to take it out with a Rune Trinity as well. Larry then sends out Furqueen, the evolution of Ferran. Bonetail gets a Rune Trinity in before falling to No Self from Furqueen. I send out Flutter and take it out with a Terraform but get poisoned. His final Pokemon is Slurpuff, the Food and Void type. Flutter is able to break through its wishes and take it out with a Wing Attack, getting us the Blank Badge. After defeating Larry, I fly to Viridian City and go challenge the final gym leader, Lusamine. I get to her gym very quickly, and Lusamine, being a tech wizard, opens with a Food type Kangaskhan. Lance is able to take it out with a Crunch, and next is the really awesome looking tech type Cofagrigus. Lusamine sends out Parasect. I switch to Karambit and get some damage in, but end up confused on low health, so I swap out for Slime, and Parasect is swapped out for the tech light Runerigus. Slime gets taken out with a blue light, so I switch to Bonetail. Bonetail's Rune Trinity gets Runerigus pretty low, but Lusamine heals it all back. Bonetail sends out another Rune Trinity, and luckily this one burns, but then she sadly goes down to a blue light. So I send out 9, who gets a fly-in, and the burn is able to finally deal with Runerigus. Parasect comes back out, and it takes a second, but Storm Sphere is able to defeat her. Her final Pokemon is Golurk, who falls surprisingly quickly to a Storm Sphere as well, getting us the Motor Badge. Now, this is usually where I end my recording sessions, but I decided to follow Bill to the first island and explore them. Nothing of note really happens on island number 1, but on the second island, I have my final catch of the day, the Chimera-type Ponyta named Speed. The final day begins with me continuing my adventures on the 1, 2, and 3 islands. As I do this quest, I catch myself Mimi, the Magic-type Fennekin, and when I go save Lastel, I catch the Chaos and Nature-type Spiritomb named Stratos. After those captures, I finish helping Bill on these islands and get ready to head to the Pokemon League. Harold stops me before I can begin my trek through Victory Road and challenges me to a battle. Harold opens with a Salazzle and I open with Lance, who quickly defeats Salazzle with a Flunge. His next Pokemon is a Sound-type Espeon. I send out 9 for the Evolution 1v1, but Espeon is a freaking coward, so he switches to Jellicent. I send out the fully evolved Mimi, who has gained a Night type. Sadly, Mimi can't really do anything against Jellicent, so I switch to Speed, who is now a Rapidash, and takes out Jellicent with a Double Kick. Espeon comes back out, and being non-deserving of the Evolution 1v1, Speed takes it out with a Stomp. He then sends out Larvesta, who also falls to Speed. Harold then sends out his Litwick, which he actually finally evolves into a Lampent, and I send out Lance and take it out with a Fury Cutter. Harold then sends out his final Pokemon, Empoleon. He's able to take out Speed, Lance, and 9 before Flutter is able to defeat it with a Wing Attack, getting us the win. After that battle, I enter Victory Road, and as I make my way through, I just casually run into Moltres. I, for the first time in any of these playthroughs, actually use my Master Ball and catch it and move on, because that's the only time you're ever going to see it. I exit Victory Road and reach the Pokemon League. My first attempt at the Elite Four went way better than you would think, considering I basically had no healing items and entered the fight with the champion with only 4 Pokemon alive. It was a lot closer than you would think in the last fight, but we still lost in the end. The first member of the Elite Four is Dahlia, who has touched the stars and shows out with her Cosmic Pokemon. She opens with the Maractus and I open with Lance. I defeat Maractus with a crit crunch, so she sends out Kingler, and I switch to Slime, who takes out Kingler with 1 Rainbow Beam. Her next Pokemon is Ludicolo. I switch into Speed and take it out with a Double Kick. After Ludicolo is Darmanitan. I send out Stratos, and with a Life Drain, we are able to defeat it. Her final Pokemon is Vileplume. Vileplume uses Overheat and takes out Stratos. I send out Speed again, and with a Double Kick, we defeat Dahlia. Up next is a trainer blessed by Mother Nature, Lunac. His entire team falls to Lance, so I figured I should just talk long enough so you could see all the designs of the Pokemon, but the fight itself wasn't all that interesting. Next is Agatha, and I can't build a fun sentence to explain she uses the Toy type, so she uses the Toy type. She opens with a Torterra, who goes down to Lance. Up next is Roserig, who also falls to Lance's Crunch. She then sends out a Dragapult, who takes out Lance with Extreme Speed. He also then takes out Speed and Slime. I send out Stratos, who barely lives in Extreme Speed, and a Splash Slap defeats Dragapult. Up next is Caravine, who falls to 9 Storm Sphere, and the same can be said for Garbodor, getting us the win. The final member of the Elite Four is Gita, who's clearly been building something in her lab because she uses the Chimera type. Gita opens with Dodria and it goes down to Slime's Rupee Ring. Next is Rapidash. She takes out Slime with an Outrage and heals any damage that I did to her, and then defeats Stratos as well. I send out Speed to defeat her Rapidash, and next is Dodydra, who also falls to Speed. Her next Pokemon is Lumineon. I switch to Lance, and with a Crunch, I'm able to take it out. Her final Mon is Mega-Wild, who goes down to Lance's Flunge, getting us the final win. And with that, we have reached the final battle. Harold, the champion of this really weird Kanto region. Harold, just like last time, opens with Salazzle, and I follow the same way and open with Lance. And I take out Harold's Salazzle with a Flunge. Up next is Empoleon, who I actually have an answer for this time in Bone Tail. The food type is luckily super effective against Empoleon, so a Pepper Breath is all I need to take it out. Up next is Chandelure. I switch to 9, and 9 falls to a Brilliance from Chandelure. I then send out Speed, who was able to defeat Chandelure and Espeon. His next Pokemon is Volcarona. I switch to Lance, but he gets defeated by a Phantom Pain. The same happens to Speed. I then send out Slime, and I'm able to defeat Volcarona with the Abyssal Glow. His final Pokemon is Jellicent. I plan on letting Stratos go down and reviving Speed to take care of Jellicent, but by the grace of Arceus, Jellicent misses 3 Blunt Strikes in a row and crit Storm Slap, so Stratos gets us the win, making us the champion. And that's going to be it for Pokemon Weird Type Fun. Thank you all so very much for watching, and please do check out this ROM hack. It is genuinely awesome. I think Pisces is next on the docket for what we're going to play. I'm not 100% sure yet, but keep your eye out for whatever comes next. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye-bye.